The year is 2347. Aetheria, once a beacon of progress, now groans under the oppressive weight of the Cogsmith conglomerate. Towering clockwork structures pierce the perpetually smog-choked sky, their gears grinding out a rhythm of despair that echoes through the grimy, cobbled streets. Coal smoke billows from countless chimneys, staining everything a perpetual shade of gray. The lower levels, known as the gutter, are a labyrinth of overflowing sewers, rickety shacks, and desperate faces. Above, the conglomerate's. At 17, she's a prodigy, a tinkerer who can coax life out of discarded scraps of metal and breathe ingenuity into forgotten technologies. She lives in a cramped workshop in the gutter with her grandfather, Silas, a former conglomerate engineer who was exiled for questioning their methods. Silas, a gruff but loving man, is Ilara's mentor, her confidant, and the keeper of secrets that could shatter Aetheria. Ilara's talent isn't just a hobby, it's a necessity. They survive by scavenging for scrap and repairing broken automatons for the gutter's inhabitants. Silas recognizes it instantly. "The crenarium fragment," he whispers, his voice trembling. "It's more dangerous than you can imagine." The crenarium, Silas explains, was a device created long ago by a brilliant but reckless scientist named Professor Eris Thorn. It could manipulate time, but its power proved too volatile. The conglomerate seized it, hoping to weaponize it, but the device shattered, its fragments scattered throughout Aetheria. The conglomerate claims the fragments were destroyed, but Silas knows better. If the conglomerate gets their hands on all the fragments, Silas warns, they could destabilize the temporal fabric of Aetheria itself. It could unravel everything. He tasks Ilara with finding the remaining crenarium fragments before the conglomerate does. Her only clue is a cryptic inscription on the data crystal. Where the gears sing and the river weeps lies the key to time's secrets. Ilara, armed with her wits, her ingenuity, and a modified wrench that doubles as a multi-tool, begins her quest. It's a dangerous place, heavily guarded by conglomerate enforcers and patrolled by hulking automatons. She disguises herself as a maintenance worker, using her engineering skills to blend in. The cathedral is a cacophony of whirring gears, hissing steam, and the constant clang of metal. She navigates the labyrinthine corridors, dodging watchful eyes and deciphering the rhythmic language of the machines. She finds an unlikely ally in Jasper, a young cathedral worker who dreams of escaping the conglomerate's control. Together, they uncover a hidden chamber beneath the cathedral, where the conglomerate is secretly experimenting with temporal energy, using the gears themselves as a conduit. They find a faded map that pinpoints the location of the second crenarium fragment, the Weeping River, a polluted waterway that flows through the heart of the gutter. Their discovery doesn't go unnoticed. They are ambushed by a squad of conglomerate enforcers led by Commander Thorn, a ruthless officer and grandson of Professor Eris Thorn. Thorn captures Jasper, intending to use him as leverage to force Ilara to reveal the location of the remaining fragment. Ilara escapes, vowing to rescue Jasper. She races to the Weeping River, a place choked with toxic fumes and despair. There, amidst the rusted hulks of abandoned factories and the makeshift dwellings of the gutter's forgotten inhabitants, she finds a glimmer of hope in the form of Anya, a skilled mechanic and leader of a resistance group known as the Cogbreakers. Anya, hardened by years of struggle, is initially reluctant to trust Ilara, but she recognizes the urgency in her eyes and the desperation in her voice. She guides Ilara through the treacherous waterways, avoiding conglomerate patrols and navigating the intricate network of tunnels beneath the city. They reach an abandoned pump station, where the Weeping River's waters once provided power to the upper levels. Inside, hidden beneath a decaying generator, they find the second crenarium fragment, a shimmering shard of crystal pulsating with temporal energy. As Ilara reaches for the fragment, Thorn and his enforcers arrive. A fierce battle ensues. Anya and the Cogbreakers fight valiantly, using their knowledge of the gutter to their advantage. During the chaos, Thorn corners Ilara. He reveals his twisted ambition to use the crenarium to rewrite history, creating a world where his grandfather is celebrated and the conglomerate reigns supreme. He believes Ilara's talent is a threat to his plans and intends to eliminate her. Just as Thorn is about to strike, Jasper, who has escaped from conglomerate custody with the help of the Cogbreakers, intervenes. He tackles Thorn, giving Alara the opportunity to escape with the Cranarium fragment. Alara, with Anya and the Cogbreakers, retreats to Silas's workshop. There, they analyze the 2 Cranarium fragments, hoping to find a way to destroy them before the conglomerate can obtain the others. Silas reveals a shocking truth. The Cranarium wasn't just a time-manipulating device, it was also a key to a hidden dimension, a realm of pure energy known as the Aetherium Source. This source is what powers all of Aetheria's technology, but the conglomerate's reckless exploitation of it is draining its energy, causing the city. However, he also warns that the process is incredibly dangerous and could have unforeseen consequences. Determined to save her city, Alara decides to take the risk. She uses her engineering skills to build a device that can stabilize the Cranarium fragments and channel their energy. The device requires a rare element called lumina, which is found only in the Sky Palaces, the conglomerate's heavily fortified strongholds. Alara and Anya, disguised as Cogsmith dignitaries, infiltrate the Sky Palaces. They reach the Lumina Vault, only to discover that Thorn has anticipated their move. He ambushes them, revealing that he has already located the remaining Cranarium fragments and is preparing to activate the Cranarium. A final confrontation ensues. Alara and Thorn engage in a battle of wits and technology. Thorn, wielding the power of the Cranarium, attempts to trap Alara in a temporal loop, forcing her to relive the same moment over and over again. But Alara, using her ingenuity and her knowledge of the Cranarium's inner workings, manages to break free. She shows him the suffering of the people in the gutter, the decay of Aetheria, and the consequences of the conglomerate's greed. She appeals to his conscience, reminding him of his grandfather's original vision, to use technology to improve the lives of all, not just a select few. Thorn, shaken by Alara's words, hesitates. In that moment of doubt, Alara seizes her chance. She disables the Cranarium, disrupting Thorn's plans and causing a surge of temporal energy that threatens to destroy the Sky Palaces. They return to Silas's workshop, where they combine the fragments and activate Alara's device. A portal opens, revealing a swirling vortex of pure energy, the Aetherium Source. Alara, knowing the risks, steps into the portal. She travels through the Aetherium Source, encountering visions of Aetheria's past, present, and future. She confronts the source of the city's decay, a parasitic entity that is feeding on its energy. Using her engineering skills and her unwavering determination, she purges the entity, restoring the Aetherium Source to its former glory. The Aetherium Source is replenished, and Aetheria begins to heal. The smog clears, revealing a breathtaking view of the sky. The gears grind to a halt, then restart, but this time with a harmonious rhythm. The conglomerate's power is broken. Thorn, disillusioned with his former beliefs, joins forces with Alara and the Cogbreakers to rebuild Aetheria, creating a society based on equality, sustainability, and respect for the past. Jasper is freed and becomes a symbol of hope for the gutter's inhabitants.